The hype elevator music.
In progress.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the In Progress podcast. Back at it again. It's your boy Logo with the co-host
Jake. Very simple.
State Farm.
Sadly.
Dude, I don't even know how to make a great intro with what we just watched.
Jujutsu Kaisen, man. Episode 4. We just watched it, and I want to talk about it so bad, bro. That was hype.
If you haven't watched it, or even if you thought the first, second, or third episode is like, I don't know if I should watch it. Episode 4, you're locked. Done.
My brain just went out, bro.
Whoa.
Oh, you know, ever have those
I can
moments?
feel that.
Yeah, it's just like
feel the emptiness right there.
The emptiness. Yeah, it's just nothing in there. For the people that haven't watched it, just skip over this, or just how about go watch it. It's just a good anime. I'm telling you, bro. Honestly, we've been watching it. We've been reviewing it, breaking it down, basically talking about it a lot. And like, I remember in the last podcast, you were saying this might become one of your favorite animes.
Yeah.
And watching this episode, I now say the same thing.
Yeah, this is, I know we started off talking about Hunter x Hunter, talking about how great it was. And I'm not trying to downgrade Hunter x Hunter any, but this anime got me hyped in the 4th episode. No anime has ever gotten me hyped. Well, unless it was,
Kimetsu?
Kimetsu was good. It had me kind of hyped because everybody else was talking about it. This one did it all on its own to me because everybody else was like, you got to watch this. This one we watched on our own with just our own experience to it. Episode 4, done.
Yeah.
Now this is my most hype anime I've ever watched of all time.
It's becoming like, I know with, I don't want to compare, but just real quick, like with Kimetsu, I didn't get hype until later down the road. But I was still interested. But with Jujutsu, dude, this episode, obviously we're just watching this casual, like, okay, cool. I mean, it's got some cool moments.
Yeah.
But this episode, bro, I was legit. I mean, I felt bad for him because I'm over here like laughing when, Sukuna's killing the special grade curse. And I'm like, is it bad I'm laughing? But when I laugh like that, I just get hyped because I'm just like, I'm like, yo, let's go. This is so cool.
I didn't expect any of it. Like,
no, and I even read the manga, and I forgot all this. That's why I'm so glad, because I'm like, oh, man, it's going to be ruined. I already know what's going to happen. And I
haven't read anything. I haven't read nothing. I don't know nothing about this. So
so you even got it better than me.
I'm scot-free. But I kind of got scared.
Why?
Because whenever you said, I don't know what's going on, I'm like,
oh.
Huh? Hold on, is this the right anime?
They changed it all up. Yeah, because, dude, they were like freaking, he lost his hand.
Yeah, and then he lost his
Yuji.
fingertips on the other hand.
And I remember when, when they were going into the building where the curses are, they were going to, like, rescue some guy. Yeah. And they showed the dead body of this guy that literally had, like, just half a torso.
But it wasn't just him. That was 3 other people mashed together with him.
And
in a ball.
I remember Logo was just like, and what anime? Like, what is this rated again? I think it's PG-13, but I could be wrong. Because,
bro, if it changed to R, that means this anime is going to be good.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, you know.
That's how Hunter x Hunter did.
Yeah, exactly.
But right whenever it changed to R, boom, I was hooked.
Dude, this episode gave me Hunter x Hunter feels. Like, it gave me the vibes where, like, in the Chimera Ant arc, like, they were going in, like, it's like, bro, I'm sorry, I can't even get my thoughts straight. The OST, like, when all the background music, when they were playing that, while Yuji took over Sukuna's body, and Sukuna took over Yuji's body. I'm sorry. And he's fighting the special grade. Dude, what do you think of the special grade? Like, how OP he was, and then he was so freaking scared when Sukuna came out.
Well, to start it off, I'm glad that in the starting of this episode, it told us what a special grade actually was. Because it said that like a number 1 is low, like a baseball bat can finish it. Then it kept going down the list, and they said that a carpet bomb is the equivalent to trying to get rid of a special grade. But maybe it won't. They said maybe.
Like damage it,
Maybe damage it. But whenever I saw the special grade, I was like, holy crap. He was just kicking ass left and right. But whenever Sukuna, whenever he came out, the special grade had to take a step back. And I watched that and I saw it. I was like, hold on, what's going on here? Then it was just immediately Sukuna's just playing with him the whole time. Yeah. And then Sukuna showed a little bit of his power. Like whenever he did that one scene.
Yeah, he's like, I'll show you what like real curse energy is. Yeah. Or what a real curse can do.
He even said that no one understands it except him.
Yeah.
So whenever he let go of a little bit of that energy and it did that much damage, I was like, he's not even trying.
Yeah.
The special grade was nothing. So now we're stuck at a time where Sukuna, that's how you pronounce it, right? Sukuna?
Yeah, it's
whatever. Suka, whatever.
Sukuna.
Now we're stuck at a time where he's in control and he's staying in control for right now and he knows what he's going after.
Dude, that's how they end the episode, man. I know we're jumping around. I'm so sorry. But I like, though, how they explained it first because, like if you didn't know what a special grade was, you're just like, oh, they're special, but you don't know how strong they are. So that's why they show that right at the beginning of the episode. Yeah. So you know what you're getting into. And then they're like, oh, if you run into a special grade, and you're like, okay, that might not happen. And then bam, it happens.
Bam, a special grade. And they even didn't know what it was. They had no idea. They walked in blind and then bam, special grade.
And dude, you could feel it too, because the OST in this, dude, it you could feel it. Like you could feel
immersed in it.
And they had obviously have light moments and stuff. So it's like, oh, even them having that, you're like, oh, it's not going to be as dark. But putting that the lighting into this is making it more darker, and then having the OST to that play into that as well. Yeah, it just fits the mood, so what you're getting into. Yeah. And remember the last thing I said in the last podcast, I believe, where I said with Gojo being there and he's not doing anything, it's always going to be okay. Yeah, but this
first time he's not there, the first time that Gojo's not there, all hell breaks loose.
So if Gojo was there, he probably would have just
done.
Yeah, I mean, because if Gojo said he can take Sukuna, and
he even said it would be only a little bit tiring. He's like, but yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, but that's Sukuna at his full power. This is Sukuna with what, 2 fingers?
Now it's 3, but he hasn't ingested it yet.
Dude, the animation in this, the framing again, bro. Oh, dude, it was so good. It was so good.
It honestly left me very speechless at the end. I stayed wanting more, which is very rare.
I got pissed, man. I was with I was glad the ending came on, but I was also like, ah!
It's one of those really good endings that you just didn't want to have. Unless
it's I appreciate it, but that's not what I was looking for.
It's like an Attack on Titan cliffhanger.
Yeah,
and
basically.
I give that episode a 10 out of 10, 100%.
I would say the same. I like that this episode really brought me on the Jujutsu Kaisen train. I mean, obviously I was on it before, but it's off and on. Then you forget what happens.
A 50-50 on it.
Yeah. Then you're like, oh yeah, it's got some really dope moments. But this one, Mappa, they're animating this so well and put it together so well that I'm like, okay, I don't want to say this be the next Kimetsu because you never know about with that, but this definitely will be up there as long as people are watching.
I'm no longer just a person who looks over at the sidelines. I'm now a fan. I'm now a fan 100%, and I'm gonna follow this until the end. I just don't, and now I'm giving it such high hopes, and I hope that the ending of it, whatever this whole series is just as good as this 4th episode. I hope the 4th episode keeps riding this wave the whole way through.
And from what I can remember, I don't know if it goes the way through, but I know we definitely will get some more hype moments.
Good. Well, we're just going to keep watching because there's no reason to stop now.
Dude, and let's see. I'm trying to think because I remember episode 5, we got to see the preview. I love it. We watched the ending, of course, and it, jam out a little bit. Try to get our thoughts together. Obviously, I don't do a very good job at. And I always get hyped for the next preview episode, especially now. Yeah. But I we didn't mention in the last podcast, but I liked the little anime clips they're doing.
Yeah, they're
filler.
Funny.
Because, I mean, we're not getting filler with this anime. Yeah. Which I love. So if they throw in a little bit, I'm like, I could appreciate that.
Yeah, a little bit of a release off the heart a little bit. You're not such bam, bam, bam. You're now having and little euphoria.
Right. And obviously, episode 5 preview was pretty hype. Just saying, because they showed a guy, manga people know, that they showed a guy that you're definitely going to be, I can't remember, he was pretty quick, but it was the guy with the long black hair. Mm-hmm. You'll definitely be looking more for him next. Okay. But there was that scene, too, where at the end, they had Sukuna, what happened? He was bleeding out of the mouth or something?
Sukuna was smiling and then blood started pouring out of his teeth.
Yeah.
So obviously he got either hurt or I don't understand. I can't even give an example.
What if Gojo showed up?
What if Gojo beat the fuck out of Sukuna?
Dude, that would be epic.
What if this
he already did the first time.
But what if this is because he gave him a warning. He said, don't do it, period. He never said, oh, you can't. He even told him, do not ever do not do it.
Oh, take over, like,
do not let Sukuna take over. And then, boom, he does it the next episode. And I mean, Gojo's going to be pissed. He's going to come back and be like, huh, okay.
I wonder, though, like, because did Gojo say, because I remember he said it, don't do it at that time.
Yeah.
But did he, like, I wonder, like, I can't remember exactly, but.
I
Like,
want to say he said don't do it at all. But he may have also said don't do it while I'm not here. He may have said, I thought
might just, like, like what you're thinking, like, just, like, never do it.
Yeah, and boom, he does it. I mean, freaking the next episode, he does it. And then now Gojo's got to come and kick some ass.
Basically.
And Sukuna was smiling. Obviously, that means that something's happening.
I mean, you already saw, like, he was trying to, like, all right, I'm done, you come out now. And then he's, like, just waiting, and he
never comes out.
Hey, I said you come out. And then he's like, and that smile, bro.
And his eyes get real big. He knows. He's like, I'm in control right now.
That's how you end the episode? Are you kidding me, dude? No, I want to talk another thing. When he was losing the hand and the fingers, and he was still fighting. Obviously, he's going through a lot of distress, stress,
pain, and
I think why he was like that. Obviously, it's anime, but I think why is because his adrenaline. Was just like going through the freaking roof.
And you even saw a couple times where he was talking to the S grade curse. He was trying to joke with him. Like, even though he was in pain, he was like, ha ha ha. Or like, he was kind of keep a smile. He is the kind of person, I believe, who rarely shows pain to his enemy or bad emotions. But usually when he's fighting or anything, it's always either a smile on his face or he's really focused. It's never pain or like, I can't do this.
It's always chill, just like nonchalant. But this episode, I feel like he got like, he like understood more of himself, I believe. Yeah. I mean, he even got the curse energy now. He finally knows. Yeah.
But it still did nothing.
That's against a special grade.
Against a special.
So, but here's the thing. You saw how strong that special grade was.
Yeah.
And then Sukuna literally tears him to pieces.
Without trying.
And then he's like, we're both classified as a special grade. I'm like, okay, does somebody skip a step here? Like, I feel like he's like the special grade.
It's like a special grade had a big mother.
Yeah.
I just went blank. What the heck?
Yeah,
dude, it's like contagious.
We got that empty.
It was more I was going to talk about on Yuji. Yuji, at any moment, could have changed into Sukuna. At any moment, but he said, I want you to give me some kind of signal. So, I mean, I know that maybe not have spoke a lot to some people, to a lot of people may not have spoken at all, but to think, he knew he had the power. He knew he had Sukuna. He knew he could do something. But he went through that pain and kept going through that pain and kept going through that pain until his friends were safe, and he's finally like...
Yeah, he hears a signal, and he's like, all right, game mode. And legit, I forgot he was going to do that, and I was even saying, I'm like, oh, he's going to run away. How's he going to get it run away?
It kind of leads you up to make it look like he's going to win without him, and then he doesn't. And you're like... What?
You think, like, he's
I thought he was going to die.
Legit. I mean, hey, I wouldn't put it past the anime these days. But, again, last time, I can't remember, it was the last podcast before that, when we were talking about how Gojo, remember I was saying the author had planned on killing him?
Right.
Or at least thought about it. I misquoted that. Apparently, it was, he's thinking of killing one of the four main. But he hasn't decided yet. And he's already decided the ending. He already knows how the ending of the whole show is going to end.
So now he's got to fit all the story within now and the ending.
See, that's good, though, because if you just keep on going, you don't know where you're going to go. But as long as you have an ending in mind, I think that's perfect.
So right now this isn't official or nothing like that, but if you had to bet on who is going to die.
Oh, Gojo.
You think Gojo?
Yeah, because it's kind of like that thing. I don't know if you watch My Hero Academia, but it's kind of like if they got rid of All Might, and it's like, okay, the biggest hero's gone, the strongest guy's gone. That takes the main character to get stronger. Because I mean, if you have Gojo always, you're just gonna win.
I don't think it's gonna be him.
Who do you think?
I think it's gonna be the black-haired guy.
Megami.
I think it's gonna be Megami.
Wow.
Because it kind of leads into it. Because Megami saved him from dying. Megami saved Yuji from dying. And they even said it in this episode, like, why'd you let me live? It's going to come back around with full play of, this is why I let you live, so that I could die.
Ooh.
So that's whenever Gojo may not be present. They never said that Gojo and somebody else isn't going to die. Or they never said that is Gojo considered one of the mains?
I would think he's like a main side, I guess, if that makes sense.
But like
he's there, but yet he's not.
I think this guy's gonna die because he's the reason why all this was. He's kind of the reason why it's all started. He saved him.
That's a good assumption.
And then I think it's going to finally come down to it where the main character loses it because the one person who was by him and who...
Oh, yeah.
It's like...
they're probably going to become, like, really good friends, too.
What is that called? Like, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, Yugi and Kaiba. Kaiba's a jackass. Yugi, I mean, he's the good guy. Always free-willed, happy, whatever. And then let's say something bad happens to Kaiba, Yugi's going to be like, all right, now it's time. Mm-hmm. This is kind of how I see it. I kind of see that this is the Seto and that he's the Yugi. And it's going to come down to where the Seto finally meets his end, and you got to step up.
Heart of the cards.
But I'm putting my bets on him. Watch me be wrong. I will be.
There's no telling when that will happen, too.
It could be tomorrow.
What I hate, though, is getting spoiled with the manga.
Yeah.
Because not being caught up, you will be spoiled. And for all the people that are spoiling, how dare you? I now know things I wish I did not know. But, I mean, you know about that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But,
fuck you. You know exactly who you are.
We would rate this 10 out of 10, I would say. I would say, no, 9.9. 9.9. I'm just going to be that guy that just would not get a 10 for anything.
You know what? I'll give it a 5. Because if you want that 10, you got to work for it.
You got to work for it.
No, but honestly, it's so great right now. I know it's only 4 episodes in, but right now it's got a 10 out of 10.
Fight scenes, the animation, the framing, the adrenaline like pumping you up.
Attention getting. My attention. Yes, I can't look away.
I was legit like, wait, what do you say? Rewind. Like,
yeah, and I was even, whenever you said rewind, I'm like, thank God.
Yeah. And I was just thinking like, oh, we might need to know this, where they said it's okay, like when the curses could change like environment and like buildings with their
that's
energy.
Crazy. Because they went in a 2-story building, and then whenever they turn around, the door's gone, and now they're in like this huge building because it basically is their own dimension, I guess.
Just
they
like
alter reality.
Come up to my house. I got some cursed energy. Got some dead bodies.
Sukuna did that.
Yeah, that was legit. I can't remember the word he used, like malice. Sorry with the M.
I'm going to have to look it up, but
he said, I mean, he didn't say it on everybody doesn't know what it is. He just said that special grade and Yuji didn't know what actual like cursed energy was. So obviously Gojo probably knows. I mean, if Gojo can take down Sukuna
easily.
Yeah, I mean, then again, it's only 2 fingers, of course. But still, that would be a cool fight to see.
So, I don't know. Do you ever think that Sukuna's going to give Gojo a fight? Do you think that he'll ever reach powerful enough? He may not win, but do you think he'll be powerful enough to give Gojo a run for his money? 1 or twice?
Like Gojo said, it'd be straining.
He said he's going to win.
But what I think how they're going to kill Gojo is either he's going to sacrifice himself for somebody, or they're going to have a lot of people team up on him.
I wonder if it's going to get to the point where Gojo was wrong. Whenever Gojo's like, I'm going to win. He's always so head over heels like, I'm going to win. And then he gets to a fight and he's like, hey, it's that one moment where he's going to die and he looks over and he's like, I was wrong. And then boom, dead. Overall, great anime.
Yeah.
No, I see no fault right now. I mean, I hope I never find any. But 10 out of 10. It's a great watch.
Doing wonders.
And if you're, every week they're coming out with another episode. I'd stay on that.
Yeah.
Don't wait for us to watch it. Watch it yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's definitely that show where, if you want to watch weekly and stay up with the hype and, community, that'd be amazing. It's always a nice feat. But if you want to just stay and binge it, that's a really good thing too, because obviously, I'm getting pissed with it just ending like that.
Bro, I'd kill for some merch.
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if we already getting it. There's a lot in Japan right now.
Yeah,
but
I would love some merchandise. That's how. And
give it a year.
That shows how much I like an anime if I wear the merch.
Oh yeah,
because I'll literally the only thing I wear is a Attack on Titan shirt, and I had a One Punch Man shirt. Mm-hmm. And if I wear it, I like it and I want it, so send it. But besides Jujutsu Kaisen, even though that's the best watch you need to be watching, we're in the month of Halloween, like we've said on the past 2 episodes. We've been talking about Halloween.
Yeah, just all October.
Yeah, Halloween's coming up, so if you're not watching Jujutsu Kaisen, definitely don't watch these crappy Halloween movies. I just got done watching one the other day, and I was with a friend watching this. The plot was terrible. It was interesting at first, but it just kept getting worse. It's like they kept trying too hard. It's like when you're drawing. It's like when you're making a painting and it's already good, but you're like, I gotta make it better, and you're slowly making it worse.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
What's it called?
Good. It's called Splice.
Okay.
It was told as a horror movie. So, quick. What are they called? Like Spark Notes? Is that what it's called? Like when you give the quick rundown of a movie or like of a book?
Like a summary.
Yeah, a quick summary of it. Man, woman in love. Man wants kids, girl doesn't. So, it has nothing to do why they created this being.
He rapes her?
Not yet. So it has no reason. So they're going to create this thing that's supposed to cure cancer, whatever diseases. So unknowingly, the man is like off. He's like, maybe we shouldn't do this. And the girl's like, we should do it. But secretly, she used her own DNA, so the thing's turning into her. Doesn't look like her, isn't going to look like her, but it still has her DNA. Well, then it starts growing up. It kind of looks more like human every day, but it has this long freaking scorpion tail. And then the man rapes it. They have sex, and then like a few minutes later, the alien monster thing turns into a man because it obviously, if it's around men, it turns into men. Then it rapes the girl. Then the girl gets pregnant. They kill the monster. Then the girl has babies, and she signs over her like kids, and yeah. I wouldn't watch it.
What?
It's not for kids.
You don't say.
It's not fun. And honestly, it's not a good... It's not one of those like, oh, it's a thriller. It's just kind of just fucking stupid.
It does not sound like a pleasant film.
So don't watch that. Also, you ever watched like Freddy Krueger?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like Halloween, Friday the 13th. Okay.
Wait, was this like a Halloween movie? Because I know you said that, or was it like more of a horror movie?
This one was a horror thriller. It wasn't Halloween based, but there's not enough good Halloween movies. Because I want to get in the spirit.
Yeah, it's so hard trying to.
Yeah. I mean, okay, back in like 1980s, Halloween used to be scary. Freddy Krueger used to be scary. Friday the 13th, all that used to be scary back in like 1980s, 1990s. Nowadays, it's something to laugh at. I went back and watched a Freddy Krueger movie from the 1990s.
Those are probably the more interesting ones.
It was still stupid.
Oh.
It was stupid. Because, like, okay, Freddy Krueger's obviously a rapist. He's a child rapist. You know that, right?
I do now.
Basically, he's a burn victim, child rapist. Now, the plot's cool, but they don't do it well in the movie. Like, for some reason, one of the main characters is a martial arts expert and fights Freddy Krueger using martial arts. A demon guy in your nightmares. So he uses martial arts to fight him. And then he dies, and then another girl comes along, and then she has martial arts abilities that she learned from this guy because she met him for only like 2 minutes in the movie, and then she now has a kung fu master, and then she fights Freddy Krueger and then kills him, and then he's dead, and then they make 12 more movies because obviously he didn't die.
I never have any moments then again, I don't really watch Halloween movies, but I think as in scary movies per se, I don't know if they will. I mean, they might have it airing for Halloween, but I mean, we watched The Ring.
Right.
It sucked.
We
watched Ju-on.
Sucked.
We watched the Japanese Ju-on. Really sucked.
Yeah, really sucked. I'm not even going to give it the temptation that it was kind of good.
So to actually think of one good scary movie I've seen, I would probably have to say See No Evil. I think that was it. Oh no. Yeah, Ouija board, like Ouija See No Evil.
Oh, Ouija?
Yeah, have you ever watched that? Like the Ouija boards?
Never. I've never watched that. I kind of, if you're saying it's good, I want to watch it.
Well, I watched it in theaters, and because there's really nothing playing at the time. Yeah. And this was obviously before a pandemic. And I'm never really a type to see those, but obviously being with people, I'm like, I will. Yeah. I'll go, it's obviously horror movies are better when you're watching with somebody. Mm-hmm. But this movie, I think what I liked it, because like it was scary. It had like some dumb parts, of course, scary movies are. But I think the ending was usually, how every scary movie you see, mostly, they always have the person dies at the end or like something bad happens.
Always has a bad ending.
This movie, they actually had a good ending. Like, I don't want to spoil if somebody actually wants to go and see it, but I was so surprised. I'm like, oh crap, here we go. They're about to die, and then they live happy, and then it ends. I'm like, well,
see,
you don't even have to just like amuse me much. Just like have a good ending, so I could be like, oh yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, man, that's what kills me is it's just so many of these movies that end the same. They all have the same plot. It's always something stupid. There's always the stupid white guy that runs towards the problem. Then there's the stupid white girl who's just like. And there's always nude scenes. Have you noticed there's always nude scenes in horror movies?
Of course, because how are they going to keep your attention?
Exactly. I got to see some boobs. Be like,
so I'll be like, hey, maybe another.
You know what? Instead of giving it a 1 rating, I'll give it a 2 rating.
It really be like that, though.
What the heck? And that's literally. I remember we watched a horror movie, and I gave it the same rating. I said I was going to give it a 1, but since the girl was naked, I'll give it a 2.
They really need to like step it up because I think I have a friend that loves horror movies. That just watches them like we would watch like an action film or watch Jujutsu, you know.
Yeah.
And I could never. I mean, you know, everybody, you know, to each its own. I just could never get into horror movies. I feel like that kind of thing is like I will watch it not because I'm like I'll get scared, but it's more fun watching it with somebody else. Especially like we remember we were at we saw The Woman in Black in theaters. Back in the day in good old junior high school, something like that.
Yeah, we were young, and of course back then we were kids, and it was like 10 times scarier.
Yeah, and so that's the one with Daniel Radcliffe. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And
decent movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The
first one
sucked.
The first one was good. Second one sucked.
Second one, I was legit in the theater. I'm like, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck.
Where's Radcliffe?
And we're watching the second one, and I'm legit like I know people don't like you know, like people talking in a movie theater, but I'm legit like, oh my gosh, why'd you go to that, you idiot? Like this is so like I was just basically like that through the movie, and I know people probably get pissed at me, but I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I could have just left, but that's in the time, you know. I was always like that, I promise. But the first movie, we were there. I think the best moments of watching scary movies is the people in there. If you're watching a scary movie and you have like a guy who's just like, hey, don't go in there. I swear, don't go in there. You know, like crap like that.
That makes it 10 times better.
10 times better. I know I definitely like butchered and exaggerated that, but like those moments where like, you know, you just have like, and especially like the, I know there was that time when we did that.
Yeah.
They had like this whole row of young black girls just, I think on the second row, it doesn't matter. But they were just saying like, don't go through that door. Don't go. I told you not to go through that door. And then they legit would scream and run out of the theater.
That was funny.
And come back and be on the edge. They'll be like, looking like scared, and then they would even have to bring the ushers would come in because everybody kept screaming. They had to like, you know, look, see what's going on.
Yeah, they got in trouble a couple of times, but I mean, hey, but here's the good thing about those bad movies: if they're so bad, make them funny. Because you ever heard of Sharknado?
Yeah.
Well, none of them.
Oh yeah, like those scary movies and all that.
Sharknado is so terrible, but they're so terrible they're good. They're so funny. Make these bad movies. These bad horror movies are comedies.
I can see why they made like Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because I'm like, I mean, they made it with The Ring, and I always thought that was scary as a kid. And then, you know, now I'm like, this is horrible.
Man, but
I could have made better just looking in the mirror. I mean, come on, guys. Throw the lights off and then open up. I'm like, ah.
But there is supposedly some scary movies coming along in 2021, I want to say.
Oh, really?
So far, I only know that there's another. I think it's Halloween. Maybe I think it's either another one because the last movie they had, I think it's Michael Myers. I think that's Halloween is Michael Myers. He lived in the last movie, and of course they followed up and they're like, there has to be another one coming. Well, they're making it. I don't know if it's 2021. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe 2022 now because of COVID, but that one was decent. The first one of that new one, Halloween, was decent. Still not scary, but decent. But honestly, Halloween movies are disappointing. Like whenever it's Christmas time, Christmas movies, man, they're everywhere. There's a ton of great Christmas movies. Where's all the good Halloween movies?
Yeah, I know, right?
Besides like a kid movie. I want some scary. But, you know, I guess I'll just settle for the funny Halloween stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if y'all have any recommendations, maybe we just can't find the good ones. Hit us up. Comments below. All you good old 35 subscribers. I see you.
You ever? Do they make like a Halloween anime, like a scary Halloween anime?
That would be kind of cool.
Like,
because I don't know anything for a Halloween anime.
You know, I've never watched a horror anime before.
Watch Another.
Another?
Is
it really scary?
From what I can remember, it had some scary moments, but I don't think it was like really like, oh god, you know. But it's It's a little dark. I think you might like it. I can't remember. I watched it when I was a teenager, and your opinion totally changes from a teenager to whatever this is.
I definitely have to try it now.
Yeah, it's like 12, 13 episodes. So it's very short. But
well, speaking about these Halloween movies and everything, you can't get the scary feeling unless the atmosphere is creepy, spooky, scary skeletons. So, do you make your environment scary for Halloween? Do you set up Halloween decorations like the little jack-o'-lanterns and the little spiders in the bushes?
No, my life is just dull, man. It's just horror all the time. No, I don't decorate for Halloween. Do you?
I did a little bit. Hung up like a few of Actually, I didn't even think I'd talk about this, but whenever I was a really little kid, there were these fake like mannequin things. They were like little kids dressed up. Like one was a skeleton, one was like a little pumpkin. Little cutesy stuff. Come to find out, they're older than me. And whenever I put them up, these are decorations that are older than me. And whenever I was a little tiny kid, I can remember looking and thinking they were real kids. And my parents and grandmother used to be like, yeah, they're your friends, Logan, but they don't move. They only move at night. And I'm like, what? And then I remember setting them up, and I had all the nostalgia coming, like, because I haven't seen them in, 10, 15 years. And, of course, we carved pumpkins. I carved a few pumpkins. Mine was terrible. Absolutely terrible. The other person's was absolutely amazing, and I was a little jealous. You ever carved a pumpkin?
Maybe. Yes.
So, the process of the guts and stuff. It's a tradition. It's a small tradition. It's fun. It's more fun to do it when you're either on a date or whenever you're doing it with kids.
Yeah, just doing it like by yourself or
that's kind of
with a family.
But I was with someone, so we're okay. I wasn't alone. I'm not creepy. Doing it with kids is fun too because you get to show them, get to teach them. Yeah. But it makes it creepy. It makes the atmosphere creepy. They even move this instead of it being on your front lawn for kids and people driving by to see, and the weird neighbor who looks through their window at your weird decorations, and the old people who drive past and are like, look at those, and keep driving. For some reason, old people make time to do that. I don't. But anyway, even restaurants, places of business, they all decorate. I can remember, I think it was last year. Last year. I was in South Carolina, and I went to Applebee's, and they decorated for Halloween. They had like little drinks that were Halloween themed, and they were cheap. I love that. Mm-hmm. I love whenever places celebrate Halloween and they make specials and do special things. I think it's great.
I mean, that's why I like too, where like today we went to the Korean BBQ, the Yakiniku, and they decorate for Halloween.
Yeah.
So again, like, I don't really go to many restaurants that do that. I know like it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but I mean, I'm going like a McDonald's, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They don't
fast
really.
Food.
Yeah, they'll go old fast food. I don't do that stuff anymore, unless if it's on the weekends and every day. No, I'm trying to stay back. But anywho, that's when we walked in. We'll show like some pictures and videos throughout while we're talking about it, to give you like a more of a visual for the video watchers here. But I already know what you're gonna say, man.
Nah, it's cool. I'll bring it up later.
You bring it. Okay.
I'll bring it up in a little bit.
Okay.
Still talking about Yakiniku. Great place, great food. They decorate
really
for Halloween.
Yeah.
And they even had. I remember when we first walked in, they had this little sign that says, if you go on Halloween, the date of Halloween, you get like 10% off. Mm-hmm. I love it when they do stuff like that. It's really fun. It gives you what's the word? Out of your whole life, there's a few days out of the year to where it's just like a little smile there. Mm-hmm. Like, I dress up, 10% off.
Yeah.
Great. Plus, not a lot, but it's enough to make you go, huh. And then we even had some drinks that were Halloween themed.
Really good.
Yeah, a little too strong because
yeah, I mean a little extra spice in there.
A little spice.
I had a couple because I legit like I could see why people would like drink those because it's some good stuff.
It's really addicting.
I might have been stupid. I apologize.
It was funny because we're sitting there and like we would talk and we'd be at the normal talking. We'd be at the normal talking volume,
Oh yeah,
like between two people at a table, and then it immediately turns into penis. It turns into just random words, and then he forgets his volume all the time, and he starts yelling, and I'm like, "Hey, calm down."
Sorry, I forgot to turn down the volume. It's it happens sometimes.
But it was funny. It was very funny.
I'm still 16 at heart.
Aren't we all? We're all still kids. If we watch anime. I mean,
yeah, legit. The other day, I was on Among Us. I'm like, who watches anime here? And they're like, oh, you still watch anime? What are you, like 14? And I'm like, what? You uncultured swine, I'm leaving.
There's people out there that are like that. Wow. That's toxic.
Yeah,
that's called toxic people.
Legit. It's like now, like even I know like somebody would be still like that, like a friend of mine. And I'm like, do you see like how today is? Like with people watching anime, it's legit like if you're not watching anime, it's like you're weird. Kind of thing.
I do like that.
It's become so normal, which I wish I had when I was in high school. But I mean, I appreciate it now.
That reminds me, holy crap! It just brought me to a topic I didn't even write down. I just thought of it off the top of my head.
Okay.
You know, whenever we go to those like Comic-Cons and everybody dresses up like Naruto, and you have the fat ass who's over there, and he's dressed up like fucking Zelda or something like that, like. Halloween's the time for these freaking weeaboos.
Oh, that's true.
Because they get to come out and they can wear it and be okay. They can be okay to wear it. Still, we don't want to see it. We don't want to see a 300-pound woman or man.
Yeah.
Normally it's a man dressed up like a woman. We don't want to see that shit. We don't want you to walk around town. We want you to stay inside in your basement where you belong.
I mean, hey.
They even made a song about you people written by Filthy Frank. Learn from it. Assholes, wear deodorant. But anyway,
hey,
we can still smell your armpits on the streets on Halloween.
Do what you want, okay, people? That's just like, this is all preferences. But I mean, in all retrospect, in the bigger picture, do what you want. But please do wear deodorant,
please. But Halloween is a great time for these people. A great time. It's a time that they can be outdoors instead of their mother's basement.
Yes.
And they don't have to wait once a year to go to a Comic-Con.
Yes.
They can wear their Naruto
headbands.
And
just start running like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that.
Bro.
I felt like the worst guy in the world.
I think I caught whatever you just...
I was trying to do the Naruto run that literally halfway in, I'm just like, I regret this 100%.
Yeah. I remember whenever it was a trend to do it, I watched and I was like, hee hee, and then
when
it died so quick.
So quick.
And then I think people started slowly realizing
it's like Yamcha and Dragon Ball Z. It's just like, whoa, what happened?
Dude, it's so crazy how it died, because I think people slowly started realizing, they're like, holy crap, this is a real thing people do.
Oh yeah, they had like literally like a whole swath of like Naruto runners.
Yeah, and people are like, holy crap, this is real. They just realized that vegetarians exist.
Yeah. Speaking of vegetarians, back to Yakiniku. Okay, I'm gonna be stupid here. Gonna tell you a little story here why I am baka basically, and so me and Logo are over here eating, pigging out basically, as you can probably see on the screen. But last time we had this waiter, and this time, well, guess what? We had another waiter.
The same?
Yeah, but we had the same waiter.
We had the same waiter.
And I was about to say we're trying to pick to do the barbecue. So we're trying to pick 3 choices.
What was his name?
Andreas, I believe.
Andreas. Yeah, Andreas was his name.
And
shout out to Andreas.
Yeah.
Were we literally going to say it at the same time? Wow.
But that's how we start hanging out a lot with each other, is we just start saying the same stuff. We start thinking the same. We become one person and watch.
It's like Parasite. But which one of us is the parasite? Me, because I'm smaller.
I know I do have an empty brain. So maybe it's just it just converses.
I'm not ginger though.
I don't have taste.
Then
I have no idea.
Then you're like Lil Pump. Or like 69.
I can't even remember, how do you say his name?
Tadashi. You have no taste.
Tagashi. Hunter. Really good.
Great anime.
Definitely recommend it.
Great anime.
But no, back to Andreas. Shout out.
left you a 15% tip.
18% tip.
You left 18?
Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry.
But so last time we did go to Yakiniku, Logo asked him what his preference is for meat, and he just goes up and tells him, I'm a vegetarian. And obviously, you know, Logo is very...
I'm the opposite. I'm a carnivore.
And he was very embarrassed, I would say. And it's just like, you know, it's kind of like awkward, but
I didn't even ask him... What did I ask? I can remember I'd be like, oh, what do you recommend off the menu? I started pointing. I was like, oh, this right here. And he's like, I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so you can't recommend nothing to me. Then why are you here?
But no, I mean, so basically say what you probably already assume is I said the same thing. Basically, he said it to me where I was stupid. Let's just say, obviously. But I can't even remember what...
You asked him, you said, oh crap.
Yeah.
What was it?
Okay.
You asked him, was he a vegetarian?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. But when I was looking at what meats, and I was going to ask him, and then Logo's over here's like, oh wait, no, he's a vegetarian. I'm like, oh crap, that would have been so bad if I said something. So I didn't. And I missed that. And then I'm like, yeah, like, I'm like, hey, you know, do you eat chicken? He's like, oh, I'm a vegetarian. I'm like, oh yeah, I know, but so like, do you eat chicken?
No, you asked him, do you eat meat? And he's like, no, I'm vegetarian. I was like, oh, so you eat chicken?
Oh, either way, it's dumb. And then I realized, and then like Logo's over here is like, dude, yeah, chicken, like, you know, is meat. And I'm like, oh wow, I'm just gonna, you know, just find this cliff. And then he's like, I mean, the guy was chill because I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, man. Like, I was stupid. He's like, nah, man, it's cool. But what I enjoyed, I didn't realize we were there for freaking 2 hours, bro.
Yeah.
But I legit, they had like decked out, all Halloween, all fun and dandy. To talk more about like Andreas, again, shout out, man. What up? All right, that's the last shout out. Calm down. But he was actually a really cool guy.
Really great.
And he's from Indonesia. And he goes from like he used to live. I think he's been in America for like almost 2 years. I believe I might be wrong, but he's lived in California, Seattle, San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
And like he's been all around, and he's like going to he's like always move on to different Asian restaurants. And I asked him, I'm like, oh, he's from Indonesia. I'm like, I was curious. I'm like, how long? Because he said he was learning language. I'm like, how long have you known English? How long have you been learning it? And he said a year and a half.
Wow. And
he speaks so well for a year and a half.
He speaks very well, and he even picked up on our slang that we had. Yeah,
I mean, because he was like, what was he like? He learns by talking.
He learns orally and being present as like not in a classroom. It's like if I was speaking one language and you didn't know it and you're just listening, and then you're like, hey, what is that word? And I'm like, oh, well, this word means this. Mm-hmm. He learns by experience.
Yeah, he even was working with people that just spoke Chinese and stuff, and I mean that's how he pick some words up, and basically if he didn't know the language, he would just like use like they all would just move like hand movements and just like, you know, like basically, I mean, because really, I mean, we're all humans. Everything's universal. It's just, you know, just split up. We just know different languages basically.
Except the finger. Cultures. And the finger.
Yeah, everybody does the finger apparently. I mean, and sometimes it has like a different meaning.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, cool guy. Got to I think we talked to him for like over half an hour or so.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, he was saying talking to us got him to like learn and practice English. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I always like talking to people like that learn different languages from other countries and just like doing what they do, you know?
Overall, great experience of experiencing the Halloween decorations, drinking a little too much, experiencing great food that we really shouldn't have ordered that much, talking to a great guy. But that's just something about the Halloween season. It just brings people together.
Which is a really weird season to do.
Very odd.
Usually it's like, I don't know, Christmas, but...
Dude, I tell you, I'm the opposite. When it's Christmas time, I know it sounds really bad. I push people away.
Yeah.
I'm like,
same.
Nah. I was like, nah, go.
Same
but
though.
Halloween, okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm getting up in my years of living.
You better start like being a kid as much as you can.
Doing kiddish things don't really exist anymore. So trick-or-treating is out of the question free candy, dress up, go to people's houses. People will be like, "Oh, look at you."
It's different when you can start actually buying the candy.
Yeah, but I can't go trick or treating no more, so I literally have to find people who can and chaperone. I have to be an adult.
Man, does that just suck?
Dude, growing up sucks.
It does.
Because even when I can remember when I was a little kid. And, of course, when you're too little, your parents dress you up in whatever they want. Well, I mean, after a couple of embarrassing costumes, He was
a female nurse.
There's people with that real occupation.
I mean, but...
There's male nurses.
But a female nurse, though.
If you're a male nurse, you're probably gay,
but you dress up as a female nurse, therefore.
Oh, never mind. I was the itsy bitsy spider one year.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't remember how old I was, and then I was I was a fucking pirate one time, and then I think I was Blue's Clues.
Dang, bro, you just going all
bro.
out.
I was a little kid.
You've never missed a year, have you?
No.
Decorating
Dressing
yourself.
Up.
Yeah. Cosplaying.
Every
costumes.
year I dress up. Even I can remember the one time I did not go. The first year I never did anything for Halloween was when I was in South Carolina, because I had no one to do anything with. But I still went out on Halloween and found something to do. But that was the only year I never dressed up for Halloween.
I'm debating about actually dressing up this year.
I'm thinking about this Halloween. In Progress podcast gets a little spooky.
Ooh.
We dress up, take a night on the town.
Might hit up Yakiniku again, get
Might
that
hit
10%
up
discount.
10%, man. Do you know what that can do? Bro. To $1? Do you know what that does to $1? Not much. Not really.
You're saving, though.
You're saving money.
That's
is money
counts.
you were going to give up.
Get like a cent cheaper gas from across the street than the other one, bro. You saving.
See, this is what poor life is that you that little bit of money does a lot.
Oh, excuse me, sir. You dropped a penny. Oh, you can keep it. Oh, thank you, kind sir.
Where's my pocket at? Right here. No.
Yeah.
This has been In Progress Podcast. Follow up with us on our next podcast for some more delectable intellect that you might get. And if we don't tell you now or we don't tell you later, happy Halloween and stay spooky.
Boo.
Fuck, when I said that, like a little bit of my soul left my body.
So every time you try to say something like inspirational, it just ends up being as corny and embarrassing, and you want to die.
Even though Halloween's embarrassing and you want to die, and you feel like dressing up maybe just a little bit of a weeaboo thing, do it. Because you know what? We'll be progressing with you. Good night, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Peace. Nah, bro. See, bro, that's not how you do it, man. You just gotta... Hold on, help me out.